Pressure starting to mount. These are things you miss.
Currently missing Ho-Ho, who has, in all honesty, been the key for a lot of these rounds. Trying to go for the one tap. This Benji doesn't get punished for it. That's the outrageous part. Will finally go down.
Okay.
Zion and Zeus finding success on the double kill there. As I was saying, though, Ho-Ho seems like has been the manufacturer of many of these Ashland rounds. Fortunately, he's down, and now it's Zeus Meister. Clutch time.
Oh no, he's definitely heard that reload. There's absolutely no way they haven't heard that reload. They know exactly where he is. And turning his back at just the wrong moment. Uni will punish. Up to map and series point. RIT, 10 rounds to make the difference. To say that pressure is built for Ashland is an understatement. This is disaster case for them.
Yeah, I mean, RIT, last time they met, these two teams met, it was not that long ago, and it was relatively close here. I mean, it was 16-13. It was very close. This is not that. This is full domination, just like that first map. Ashland, they were able to pull something away on that first half, but now this is the preferable half to be on, and they haven't been able to get anything started.
Oh, did he spot a... I surely spotted the barrel of the gun there. MJB. Definitely what we would consider a player in towards mid. And I don't mean player in the sense of, oh, player in the video game. Like, he plays around in mid. And it's more than happy to do so. This time not working out, that leaves an open door for Ashland to abuse, but is it, you know, is it a fake door? Is it a mimic? You know, Benji going down as well.
Oh, aren't mimics meant to be chests, though?
Well, listen, don't think about it too hard.
Okay, oh, my bad. I will be closing my brain off, so my head is fully empty. Roto, unfortunately, his head's also empty because it's not live. Uni. Hitting the first shot, nade, follow it, but getting a little bit creative with the utility. Gets away somehow, some way, but he's getting flanked. Well, that flank's going to take a minute to get into fruition, and these shots, they can't keep giving him fights. He reads it. Oh, Ho-Ho! It's the shot, but how did he know?
Ho-Ho started running towards the end there.
Did he? Okay.
I was looking at the radar, I was like, what's taking so long? And I was like, oh, that's why it's taking so long. If he would have gotten that kill, by the way, 1v3 would have been easy. I think we would be talking about that round for a while if Ho-Ho had lost that gunfight, but luckily we don't need to, because we've got 9 more rounds that Ashland can give us context for to send us into overtime. Now, if you're RIT, what's your mentality, Vincent? Are you going, let's get this game over with, or are you going, let's just get every best chance we get full solid gun rounds? Or maybe for NGB, just do I grab a couple kills through smoke?
Obviously, yes, is the answer to that. Or get a flashbang set up by K2. That also works. Zion has been actually pretty good in these refrag scenarios, to be honest with you. Unfortunately, 1 for 2 isn't exactly making sense.
Favorable, yeah.
Yeah, I'm no mathematician, but
1 is less than 2, I think.
Yeah, I've been told. That Molly as well could not have been better timed.
There's no way Benji goes for this. Okay. Oh, taking damage. Surely the back. There it is. Okay, I was waiting for that shot. Smoke slightly obscuring the angle. Okay, 3v3 here. Another kill in the backline too. Honestly, RIT might just want to save here. There's an op-ed play. You don't want to hand that over towards the T side. And with the utility as well to carry over, go for exits. Make yourself, you know, a nice cup of tea as you wait for the bomb explode.
Probably. Probably here. Or not. Uni's putting a foot forward. Maybe just looking for that exit. Yeah, certainly just getting the one and then falling back. Proto poked his head in. Is going to be much the same. And a 7th round here for Ashland, at the very least, confirmed. So, not great, but better than nothing.
The tea that's been brewed is definitely, it's starting to have some flavor to it. You know, it's been sitting for long enough. That's for sure. Are you a tea man, Vincent? Do you drink tea?
I'd say not traditionally.
What about fruit tea?
Well, see, here's the thing. When you say tea, you're European, so you mean tea. When I say tea, I'm a Southerner. I mean sweet tea.
I mean, I just clump them all together. Listen, because, like, well, I did grow up in Europe, you know, like, I'm a sucker for sweet teas. Yeah.
I'm glad that you understand the ways.
Mm-hmm.
The
I'm
ways of
after
sweet
all
tea.
an American now.
Yeah, you've also spent a little bit of time in Texas, so I'm
Little.
sure that you finally learned sweet tea is good.
I've been here a while, yeah. You might say, but all right, see, listen. I think they're starting to feel the same thing. They've been here for a little bit too long. They want to put this to bed. Proto and Uni, these saved weapons might want to do that, but there's 3 pistols currently converging in the middle to make this round a little bit more interesting. 5-7. It's a dangerous weapon, as you like to say. Is it good this time around? Yet to be determined.
What? I mean, I'd say that the weapon not at hand here. It's more like the ambitious maneuvers from RIT just trying to make their way through. This is an op in position. Oh, I'm shot. Oh, Proto still picks up the kill with the USP as well.
He takes those, I guess.
I mean, you have to.
I mean, I guess you don't really have the choice. Once you've got the kill, you can't really give it back.
Yeah, the murder's already done. Everybody will go down, though. Not a lot of damage, considering that there was 2 guns in the eco round, but...
Well, Proto didn't really get a chance. He shot with the op and then decided, I don't need that.
Well, I mean, he was getting pushed in 3 different ways with a volley behind him. He did not have a lot of choices.
Indeed, and well, he's got it back, so does it matter at the end of the day? Who knows? But this CT side is broke for, well, not the first time this half, and Ashland's starting to feel a little bit more confident. That's a scary prospect because RIT have been at the leading edge of this series. And so as they start to lose consecutive rounds, again, a position they haven't been in, how they react is going to tell the rest of this story. But Ashland playing a slow early round to this, baiting on RIT's utility, definitely, I would say standard, but even more so because they haven't even gone for water control. Look, they've still got everything.
Yeah. RIT, they have been playing in a manner in which you would say is ambitious, aggressive. Now they're just playing it very standard, not giving anything at all to Ashland. They also don't have a ton of utility. MJB, it's a little bit of a bait situation there. Proto with the op.
The bomb. It's into Proto's crosshair. He's got the op. Zeus Meister trying to get out towards the site as well. Also going to be punished for it. Oh no! Wait. This is exactly why. Oh, what?
That's ridiculous. Proto will get punished, but ho-ho. 1-on-1 knows exactly where Uni is located and will hit the shot. This isn't over yet. Ashland, they still are working this. And despite the bait setups there from RIT, it doesn't work out for them.
I don't understand. We go from one round, Proto's like, I don't need the op, pull out the USP, dink dink, to shots like that. Is there anything he can't do?
He's been having a series. That's for darn sure.
Yeah, one of the series of all time. Also just one of the best series of all time, but one of the series of all time.
Very much.
Heading
into this? Oh my goodness, there's so many!
It's danger. It's terrifying. Oh no, Uni to be the one to get that kill. Look at all this information. AK though, not going to connect for any shots, and he'll burn the Molotov as well. Alright, see, that was a good effort. I'll give it that much, but you need a little bit more than effort to win rounds.
A for effort from Birdie Box. K2. He would like a 1, maybe.
He'll give it an effort too.
We'll see what that effort comes to, though. Nothing super easy. Okay, maybe so. I was gonna say, surely he'll be looking for it. Actually, a good read knowing Zeus was there, but he'll ultimately just give a deagle over to him. This is now 10-15. I mean, I spoke maybe a little too soon on the, hey, it doesn't look so much like they're going to be making a comeback. This is a comeback. It's just a matter of to what degree.
Yeah, does it get finished? Yeah. Well, it's also the first like full gun round we've seen from RIT in a bit. I wonder how they're going to adjust their playstyle, because they've been leaning heavy towards mid these last few rounds. I think that now they've found some success. They're expecting Ashland to play further back. They are. And now leading towards the extremities, towards these bomb sites, this is really where you're going to start to see players like Proto have some success. I think he's currently over towards that A site, scoped in. MJB also hanging around towards the mid doors, but this B bomb site looks to be under pressure soon. That rotation from mid would be far away, and so this early kills are going to be extremely important as Ashland work their way in.
Oh, there's a player back at this site in dark. Oh, they both go down. So the double entry, again, highly important. You would argue this is a save type of situation for RIT, but they're already invested. They have one. There's nearly a second, but now it's a 1-on-3. The HP is low, but against an op, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think we got that dink onto that player in the back lines too, otherwise I'd say, listen, Proto, expert at the USP, just go for this. You only need 3 dinks, right?
True. Yeah, that's
But how do you line up those kills? How do you get through those smokes? It's just not worth it when you got this amount of money in your back pocket, but that seemed like it could have gone either way for a while. I think RIT, listen, it's another round loss, yes, it sucks, but coming out of that, you go, we weren't in the best position to win that, and we still had a really good chance.
I think RIT is actually starting to do a little bit of what we were critical of Ashland for. Oh, Zeus might get this kill. Not quite, but remember we were a bit critical of Ashland on the CT side, and what we were saying is that they were kind of waiting for things to happen. They were playing a bit passive. They weren't quite taking those aggressive angles, and they certainly didn't seem like they had the confidence. Now RIT, on the other hand, are the ones that are being a little bit passive in that round specifically. I think maybe a bit of proactivity would have served them well.
Yeah, but you also have to contrast the way that they were playing a little bit too. RIT's T side was a lot more aggressive. It was in your face. This Ashland side has been playing extremely passive. You don't really want to push into a team that's expecting you. And so there's that little bit of a contrast to work with. But this right here, Ashland have grouped up. This could fall apart very quickly. Early shots from the Deagle, no kill. But information now, there's a lot to follow this execute, and while it's going to be an empty bomb site, RIT, up and play again. Do you go for this round?
No, you definitely save this, I think. Like, I just don't think there's any way you get back in here. I mean, the A site, it can be so brutal. So, and we are going to see the Deagles look for exits, or even maybe a proactive kill here from Benji, but...
Dexits, as you might say.
Yeah.
There's one.
Yeah, he'll get the first, but Bluto still alive on the site. Good for the other. So I think this is the right decision, though, Proto. Just keeping the op in play, going for another round. And I mean, at this point, you can't say that this isn't close. Like, I mean, Ashland, they're just a couple of rounds off of finding a victory here to push this into an overtime.
That AK recovered is interesting. The reason being that, so we've still got, 3 rounds before OT, right?
Yeah, from the Ashland perspective, certainly.
Yeah, that's how the math works. So if RIT will lose this round, look at the money that they've got. This recovered AK makes it to where they could probably buy in this next round too. That's one less eco round that they would have to take. So that last kill there actually means a lot in terms of opportunities that RIT have to close this out.
Yeah, that's entirely fair, and I mean that's why it's so critical to go for some of those saves. Not only that, but just the exits as well. They can be incredibly high value. Decent nade does some chip damage to quite a few players. Not all that much, but every little bit counts.
JB's playing with fire here as he extinguishes it. But it gives a route for Ashland to work their way over towards this B side into the back lines. Benji's been good for some of those frags, but this time only for one. Proto posted, good for the kill, disappears, but there's angles, not just one, that is, that needs to be fought from. Oh, okay, that started to collapse. I think we might just be getting to the end of this ho-ho. Now with the bomb stuck on the bomb site, has to contend for this alone. He's got the first, but he needs to follow up.
He'll need a 30 bomb here to win, but that will be denied. There's RIT, and that is 2-0 in their favor. 16-12, the final score line here. And, props to Ashland for the attempted comeback. I mean, super close. They almost made it happen. It's just a little bit unfortunate that they didn't have a little bit more rope to work with. They had already given up so many rounds before the comeback started. Was it 15-5 at the time that they started making that run back?
Yeah, it was. And as you said, like that's just too much of a margin to try to make up for. It can be done. It has been done in the past. I just don't think under these circumstances, RIT was unstable enough to actually give that up. I think at one point we were going to expect that to happen either way. And even then, heading into a third map, I still think, in the greatest scheme of things, RT, they seemed like the better team.
That's totally fair. Props to Ashlyn for the valiant effort, but unfortunately for them, that's their season over. We'll be saying goodbye. RT Orange, they move on, and we're going to move on to our interview. We've got MJB waiting to talk to us. We're going to take a short break and then come back with that interview, so don't go anywhere. Alrighty, we have returned and welcome back. We're getting to speak with MJB from RIT. MJB, first of all, congratulations, big W. And third time that you guys have played Ashland. I think the first question has to be, how is it that you're going into a third time playing this team and you've played the same 3 maps?
I don't know. I figured this would happen when I looked back and I saw that the videos were the same the first 2 times. We beat them on overpass all 3 times in each time we played them, so
I
not
have no
particularly
idea
sure
if anybody
why
can
they
hear you,
selected.
MJB, because I cannot.
Oh, can you not hear me?
I don't know if it's on our end.
Hello?
Uh-oh. There, we got it. We
Hello?
can hear you. Let's
Hey,
go.
I got you.
Okay, sorry to make
Yeah.
you repeat, but go ahead and repeat, please.
Yeah, I said same maps. Not really shocked by that. A little surprised why they didn't choose a map other than Overpass. I believe that is the constant, and that we've beaten them on it 3 times in a row now. But it's a map we've been comfortable on for pretty much forever. And then Anubis got a little away from us there at the end, but we closed it out.
Yeah, that was certainly very close. Talk to me a little bit about the overpass, because it was relatively close the first time, less close the second time, and then absolute domination now in this series. I mean, did you guys just learn more and more about what Ashland had to offer on that map throughout the times that you played them?
Yeah, especially on their Overpass, a lot of their round wins came off the back of like hero type plays, not necessarily like the more coordination style of Counter-Strike. So I think we just came out firing and were able to shut that down. And I think the one round they did win was just a timing push up long, or we got caught up in bathrooms, I believe. But yeah, so just some days they shoot like crazy, and some days they come out a little bit flat. And I think that was one of the days that we saw today.
That makes sense. So you mentioned there's some days you guys just come up the better teams. Sometimes they end up firing off. Is that something you guys had considered coming into this? Because I know we had prior knowledge that you had expected coming into this to pick the same vetoes. Is there a specific reason for that?
Just looking at our map pool and theirs, like there's no reason for us to change up vetoes at all. We're going to continue to permaban Vertigo. That's just out. And then whatever they pick is just we'll play it. So that was the mind going in. We knew they'd ban Inferno. They've banned it all season, and then they just chose Overpass again for the 3rd straight time.
So let's talk a little bit about the overall playoffs, though, because I'd say, and I don't mean this as a negative thing, but I'd say like you guys are probably the dark horses coming into this, with Drexel, Kansas State, MTU, and then you guys being the final 4 teams left. What is it that you think will set you guys apart, and what are you expecting against this Michigan Tech team in the semis?
I think the game against Michigan Tech comes down to what Hunter we see tomorrow. I feel like that's always been the idea with Michigan Tech. I feel like if Hunter's playing out of his mind, sometimes they could be untouchable. But then there's those series where he's not dropping 50 a map, and then they're a little bit more beatable. And I feel like that's how it's gone in the past, especially when we played them in previous years when they had Voltage there, for example. Or like I think we beat them even when they had Voltage that one year. So it just depends on how they're playing. But again, I think they share a very similar map pool to us, so it should be an interesting one for tomorrow.
Well, best of luck with that, first of all. But any final thoughts, any shout outs before we let you go, MJB?
Well, I have to do this because I promised earlier. Shout out to Big and Tall Matt. I'm sorry for stealing your boy for the afternoon. and then shout out to my teammates who played absolutely amazing this series. Shout out to my family watching, and hopefully we beat MTU tomorrow and go to finals.
Well, if you do, I'll be seeing you there. With that said, thanks so much. And of course, like I said, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Alrighty. Well, with that out of the way, some good insight there. And I certainly think that if we see the MJB and Co that was stepping up on Overpass tomorrow, it's going to be a tough game, I think, for Michigan Tech. On the other side of that, man, Michigan Tech, they are a good team, and they have always been sort of the second or third place in my mind in the season of NACE. You know, with
Yeah.
Davenport out of the way, now Drexel is clearly that front runner, but it's going to be hard to see. Any final thoughts before we say goodbye, Bird?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think this series kind of presented itself in a relatively straightforward manner. I think we saw in RIT that it showed itself to be as a contender, or at least the talking points of, can they contest against Drexel, MTU, talking about those games, right? But he mentioned, Hunter, Rena in that conversation, but, we have to make sure he doesn't show up. That's going to be an interesting point coming into that game, is if even if he does show up, can you shut him down properly? We saw Proto tonight go absolutely ham. Renda's the type of player where it's like, if you just got him on lock, then all of a sudden that team might not have as much foundation to work off of, and that might be a player that I'm looking towards, to actually be able to make that happen. You know what I mean? The Opera role is such a fundamental one to be able to shut down star players. Just, I'm going to take this fight. Sorry, I'm scoped in. I got better reaction time than you. I take you out of the server before you have a chance to do anything. I think that's going to be incredibly important heading into that best of 3 tomorrow. But, I mean, hey, listen, that's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow. Alongside that tomorrow, we have a lot going on here on the A stream. Rocket League, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Overwatch happening there throughout the day, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you're checking it out. Here on the B stream, it's going to be COD, Rainbow Six, and then we are going to be streaming one of those semifinals. Don't even know which one yet, but I know they're going to be good no matter which one. Whether it's that MTU versus RIT game or Drexel game up at the top of the bracket. Regardless, make sure you're tuning in. Both of those streams start at 2 p.m. Eastern, so check it out. That's just about it, though, from us today. Thanks so much, and see you tomorrow.